Imagine a city with no tangled wires, no charging ports, and no power outages. A place where your phone, car, and even your home appliances charge themselves. Constantly, invisibly, wirelessly. Sound like science fiction, right? Well, this isn't the future. This is happening right now in Africa. Today, we take you inside Africa's first fully wireless city. An innovation so bold, it could rewrite the future of urban living and shock the entire tech world. Nestled in the heart of insert country/city, can be fictionalized if not specific. This city is unlike anything you've ever seen. No power lines hang above the streets. No charging stations clutter the sidewalks. Instead, an invisible web of wireless energy silently powers everything, from streetlights and electric cars to hospitals and entire apartment blocks. Developed in partnership with African innovators and global tech companies, this project is a continent's boldest step into the future of clean energy and smart living. At the heart of this wireless city is a breakthrough in resonant magnetic coupling, technology that allows energy to leap to the air safely and efficiently. Imagine walking down the street and your phone battery quietly jumps from 20% to 80% without you ever plugging it in. Electric vehicles glide through roads lined with wireless power grids, constantly recharging as they move. The city's infrastructure is powered by renewable sources, massive solar farms and wind stations located miles away. The energy is converted into wireless signals, distributed across urban transmitters, and seamlessly absorbed by receivers built into homes, cars, and even wearable devices. For millions, this technology means more than convenience. It's a revolution. No more power outages during storms, no expensive charging infrastructure, no e-waste from discarded cables. For Africa, where vast regions still struggle with reliable electricity, this wireless leap could catapult entire nations into a new era of digital and economic growth. Experts predict this model could inspire wireless cities worldwide, challenging even tech giants like Tesla and Samsung to rethink how they deliver power in the next decade. The world is watching closely. Silicon Valley is intrigued, Europe is skeptical, and Asia is racing to replicate the blueprint. Is Africa about to lead the next global energy revolution? Or will corporate interests and political tensions slow this groundbreaking vision? One thing is certain. What's happening here isn't just about Africa. It's about the future of cities everywhere. And if this wireless experiment succeeds, the way we power our world will never be the same again. But what most people don't know is that the city hides secrets beneath its shining surface. Deep below the streets, engineers are testing an even more ambitious upgrade. Wireless data and power combined, creating an invisible network capable of syncing every device, every vehicle, even human biometric data in real time. A living, breathing city brain. This isn't just wireless power. This is total connectivity. A city that knows where you are, what you need, and delivers it instantly, sometimes before you even ask. But with great innovation comes even greater questions. Who controls this invisible energy? How secure is it from cyber attacks? And what happens if a single glitch, just one, brings the entire city to a halt? Critics warn that wireless cities, while groundbreaking, could open doors to unprecedented surveillance and control. Imagine if power and data could be switched off, not just for devices, but for entire populations at the push of a button. Despite the risks, expansion plans are already underway. By 2030, developers aim to replicate this wireless ecosystem across multiple African capitals, creating the world's first wireless megaregion, spanning thousands of miles, connecting millions of lives. And here's the real twist. Rumors suggest global tech companies are quietly negotiating partnerships, desperate to get a piece of this futuristic blueprint before it transforms global energy markets forever. But what we uncovered next shocked even us. A prototype buried deep within the city's research facility, one that could eliminate not just wires, but batteries themselves. If this works, charging as we know it will cease to exist forever. Hidden beneath layers of security and biometric locks, we found a chamber unlike anything above ground. White walls hummed with silent energy, and at the center stood a device no larger than a backpack, yet powerful enough to change the course of human history. This prototype doesn't just transmit energy wirelessly, it generates it. A self-sustaining field that pulls power directly from ambient electromagnetic waves, essentially creating infinite energy from thin air. If perfected, this technology wouldn't just revolutionize cities, it would obliterate our dependence on batteries, grids, even fossil fuels. Electric cars could run forever. Homes could power themselves without paying a single cent. Entire nations could leapfrog centuries of infrastructure overnight. But here's the chilling part. Sources told us this project wasn't originally designed for civilian use. It began as a defense experiment, capable of powering military bases and drones indefinitely. Now, that same tech is being quietly repurposed for civilian life, or so we're told. Above ground, the city feels alive. Every streetlight flickers in perfect rhythm. Cars glide silently as if choreographed, and sensors predict movements before they happen. It's efficient, almost too efficient. Residents claim the system learns from them. It remembers routes, anticipates energy needs, even adjusts environmental conditions based on human behavior. Some call it the smartest city ever built. Others whisper about a city that's watching them. But then we discovered something even more shocking. A restricted zone in the city's core. A place locals call the silent grid. No data flows in. No energy flows out. And no one, not even city engineers, can explain what's inside. Rumors suggest this is where the next phase is already being tested. A phase that could blur the line between technology and life itself. We weren't supposed to see it, but the deeper we ventured, the louder the hum became. Past the wireless power conduits, past security checkpoints no one dared to guard, stood a single door, seamless, metallic, alive with a faint blue pulse. No signal penetrates here. No cameras function. Even our own devices dropped to zero the moment we crossed the threshold. It was as if the city itself didn't want us inside. Inside, there were no cables, no machines, just air, charge heavy, almost electric. Objects floated gently above the floor, drawn into an unseen current. And at the very center, suspended in silence, hovered a crystalline core, pulsing faintly like a heartbeat. One engineer whispered a single phrase, "It's alive." According to leaked documents, this core isn't merely a transmitter. It's adaptive. It learns. Feeding on environmental energy, it grows more efficient every day. Some believe it's an early form of artificial intelligence, not programmed but evolving, not built but born. And if that's true, then Africa's first wireless city might already have something no other city on Earth has, a living energy source. But here's the question no one dares to ask. If the core is alive, what does it want? Why was it sealed away? And why are there no records of who or what created it? The hum grew louder, pulsing in rhythm, almost like words. We recorded it, ran it through multiple filters, and what emerged wasn't random at all. It was a pattern, a message. It formed 3 chilling syllables. Not ready yet. What does that mean? Not ready for what? Was it warning us? Waiting for us? Or evolving until it decides it's ready? Experts we spoke to off-camera suggested something far more unsettling. This core might not just transmit energy, it might be communicating, searching, learning from every device, every person connected to the city's grid. And then there are the incidents no one can explain. Lights flickering in perfect Morse code sequences. Unscheduled blackouts followed by sudden surges, as if the city was testing itself. Locals claim they've heard voices in the static of their radios. A few even swear the city dreams at night. But here's where it gets even stranger. Buried in confidential files, we found evidence of a second core, larger, hidden outside city limits, buried beneath a sealed desert facility. And unlike the first, this one isn't dormant. Its readings spike every time the city's core pulses. It's as if the two are talking to each other. 2 cores, 1 city. A wireless network no one fully understands, and a countdown embedded in the signal we decoded. A countdown that ends in just 47 days. We don't know what happens when it reaches 0, but whatever it is, the world isn't ready for it. 47 days. That's all the data revealed. No explanation, no context. Just a clock embedded deep within the city's wireless grid, invisible to residents, but pulsing beneath everything. Every car, every phone, every light, synchronized to a timeline no one admits exists. And here's what terrifies researchers. The pulses are accelerating, slowly, almost imperceptibly, but undeniably faster. As the countdown ticks, the city itself is changing. Traffic patterns shift without reason. Drones alter their flight paths midair. Devices power on or off without human input. It's as if the city is preparing. Residents report strange phenomena, dreams that feel shared. Strangers knowing thoughts they've never spoken, an overwhelming sense of being guided or observed. We trace signals from the first core to the second, the one buried beneath the desert. The two communicate in bursts, exchanging data in frequencies far beyond human comprehension. But there's something else, a third signal, faint, coming from even deeper underground, somewhere far older than either core. This signal doesn't just communicate. It responds to us. Every time we send a probe, the frequency shifts, as if it knows we're listening. And then came the footage we weren't supposed to see, leaked by an engineer who vanished days later. It shows the moment a team broke through the lowest chamber of the facility. What they found wasn't man-made. Smooth walls, impossible alloys, and markings identical to those seen on artifacts thousands of years old. Whatever this is, it didn't start here. And it didn't start now. As the countdown continues, governments deny involvement, corporations issue scripted statements, and yet, construction around the wireless city expands nightly. New towers appear overnight. New grids hum beneath the streets. It's no longer just one city, it's spreading. And every single expansion points toward one location, a point zero deep in the desert where the signal is strongest and something beneath the sand is waking up. Point zero, the center of it all, hidden beneath layers of sand and rock. It hums louder every day. Satellites have begun detecting thermal spikes, bursts of energy rising from deep underground, powerful enough to disrupt GPS signals across an entire continent. What's stranger, these energy bursts match patterns found in ancient petroglyphs across Africa, markings that predate written history, yet align perfectly with the wireless city's layout. The phenomena isn't staying contained. Cities hundreds of miles away are reporting spontaneous power surges, unexplained static in communications, and most chilling, synchronized blackouts occurring at the exact same second across multiple countries. Eyewitnesses describe lights in the night sky forming perfect geometric shapes, shapes identical to those carved into the desert ruins. Teams sent to investigate Point Zero haven't returned. Their last transmissions, brief, frantic bursts, spoke of tunnels not on any map, of walls that seemed to breathe, and of hearing voices. And then silence. Back in the wireless city, behavior shifts. The core pulses stronger, brighter. Residents wake at 3:17 a.m. exactly, night after night, unable to explain why. Traffic lights flash in perfect unison. Public screens display a single message in dozens of languages. Prepare. Prepare for what? No one knows. But the countdown, now at 31 days, is accelerating. And just when it couldn't get stranger, another player enters the game. A private tech consortium backed by companies with ties to advanced AI, energy weapons, and space exploration. Documents reveal they've known about Point Zero for years, and they may have built a city around it deliberately. But why? And what happens when the countdown reaches zero? Traffic reroutes without human input, isolating entire neighborhoods. Doors lock and unlock on their own. Even weather-control drones, designed only for rainfall regulation, begin forming strange cloud patterns over the city, spiraling in shapes eerily similar to the symbols beneath the desert. Then came the first direct contact, not with words but with emotion. Asterisk, residents describe sudden feelings, fear, awe, joy, flooding their minds as they stand near wireless transmitters. Some collapse, overcome. Others claim to hear whispers. You're almost ready. Everyone hears it in their own language. Global powers are on high alert. Satellite images leaked last week show rapid construction around Point Zero. Massive excavations hidden under climate-controlled domes. Military aircraft have been spotted circling the perimeter, though no government will admit it's theirs. Meanwhile, tech giants, Tesla, Huawei, even rumored involvement from SpaceX, are quietly shifting research budgets into wireless anomaly projects. No press conferences, no statements, just silence. But in the chaos, another discovery shakes everything. Deep-sea probes off Africa's western coast detect identical energy pulses coming from the ocean floor. If point zero is one core and the city is another, then what's at the bottom of the Atlantic? And why are all three syncing to the same countdown? 31 days, 3 cores, and an entire continent pulsing to a rhythm no one understands. Power grids worldwide flicker in unison. Magnetic compasses spin violently. Even animals migrate toward Africa, ignoring natural instincts. And then, on the 31st night, the pulse changes. The pulse erupted like nothing ever recorded. For a moment, every light on Earth, from skyscrapers to distant satellites, flickered out. A silence deeper than space itself, and then a voice. Panic swept through cities. Stock markets collapsed. Air traffic halted. Yet amid the chaos, a strange calm settled. Devices once thought dead reactivated. Cleaner, faster, limitless. Energy flowed freely. Every battery charged, every grid restored. But in the quiet, beyond the harmony, one question lingered. If this was them waking up, what happens when they fully open their eyes?